All right, so yes, I'm making garlic pork chops, but I'm also going to make garlic smashed potatoes. So I'm going to make those first because they need a little bit of a head start. So you need a pot. We're going to fill that with yellow baby potatoes. Just put them right in that little pot. We're going to boil that and get them fork tender. So while that's cooking and doing its thing, then we're going to make our garlic pork chops. And what are we going to need for that? 4 boneless chops, about a ½ inch to 1 inch thick, or maybe even what I'm using is 2 larger bone-in pork chops. You know, whatever you have, we're flexible. Salt and pepper, seasoned salt if you want instead of just plain old salt. A little bit of vegetable oil, butter, and some garlic, lemon juice, Italian seasoning, and we're also going to be using some chicken broth. And just season up your pork chops first. Right here I am just going to sprinkle on a little bit of pepper and some of this seasoned salt. And get a nice coating of that on there. If you're a measure, I'd say it's probably about a teaspoon of each on each side. So don't be afraid of it. Get it right on there. All right, next up is we're going to get our fry pan because we are going to sear each pork chop about 4 minutes on each side. And to do that, we need first to put some oil in there. I used about 4 tablespoons of oil. You know, that's just an estimate. I know I did use a smaller measuring spoon, so that's why I did. You see 4 there. But it equals 2 tablespoons. So like I said, sear it 4 minutes each side. While that's cooking over there on the stove, we're going to make our garlic butter sauce for our smashed potatoes. I had to think about that one for a minute. So 2 tablespoons of butter and 1 or 2 cloves of garlic, just depending on the size. We're going to mince that all up and cook that over on the stove. We're going to melt it all up. And while that's melting, you're going to arrange all your potatoes right on our cookie sheet. I sprayed it with a little bit of Pam so it wouldn't stick. And just smush them right down. Pretty flat. If you smush them too hard, don't worry. You'll have more crispy edges. So we're going to get all those all smashed. And sometimes it's tricky, they roll all over, but just move them. And then once you get them all smashed up, we're going to coat them with the garlic butter sauce that's over on the stove cooking and sprinkle it evenly, a little bit on each potato. If you want them a little bit more garlicky or a little bit more buttery, just add more butter, add more garlic, and go ahead and I'll sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan on each one. And after you get the Parmesan on there, you can add bacon. Totally optional. You don't have to. That was kind of a second thought that I had. I had some bacon from breakfast that I made, so just crumble that bacon all up, sprinkle it right on each potato, do it as evenly as you can, and you're going to bake that in the oven for about a ½ an hour at 400 degrees. And while that's cooking, we're going to go back to our garlic pork chops. So now that they're all seared on each side, you're going to take them out of that pan and just put them on like another dish. I do have a baking dish. You can put them on a plate, whatever you have handy. Just take them out of that fry pan for a few minutes. And I don't have much workspace there, so we're just going to move that pan right out of the way. And as you can see, it's still hot. And we're going to make our garlic mixture for the pork chops. And we're going to go with 3 tablespoons of butter. and 3 cloves of garlic. We're gonna mince that up. You can do it with a knife. I just happen to have one of these handy garlic presses, so make do with what you got. If you have a press, that's great. If not, just chop it right up. Alright, so we're gonna melt the garlic and the butter together. Get it all nice and mixed up. I took it back over to the stove and I'm brought it back, and we're going to add our chicken broth, and then we're also going to add a little bit of lemon. I just had some lemon handy. You can use lemon in a, that you have like the lemon juice in a little container, that's fine. So I just cut a lemon in half and squeeze the juice out of each one. And if you get a seed in there or two, pick it out. No big deal. Just get it out of there. It's still good. Alright, so we got our everything all nice and mixed up. And then we're gonna put in a little bit of Italian seasoning. Get that all stirred in for a little extra flavor. And we're gonna put the pork chops back in. Back over on the stove it goes. And we're gonna cook them right down, probably another 20 or so minutes. It should reach about 145 degrees inside to be perfect. And then the garlic smashed potatoes should be ready. So we're gonna serve those right up with our garlic pork chops, and you are ready to go. You could also serve this with mashed potatoes, rice. You could do anything. I just had those mashed potatoes that I really didn't need to use up. So just get creative